Hermes from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
Let's go!
Set 30 base.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Manning. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
60 or.
They go play action here on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
Running with Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4 at the Redskins' 26-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give. This is Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd down, Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's on it.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Coming left is Kamara. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Taken in at the 11. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 50, check 50. 36. Check.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
From the gun, it's Haskins. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
Watch out. Begin.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Switch.
Haskins, 3rd and long. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
53, check 53.
Now Manning. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. To throw again on 2nd down. Manning, he's going to loft one deep left into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Well, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st down, this is Geis. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 30 yards there. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Geis alone in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. Now Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they'll go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Out of the gun, Geis. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd and 2, Haskins. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Hey, look, 3. I want 3.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Redskin first down. The pickup, 15 yards. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. A gain of 3, second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Daniel going to throw on 3rd and 1. And Robinson with a big catch. First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a first down.
Ready to break. Here we go. Strong right. Hey, Alpha.
On 1st and 10, here's Madden. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Manning. Thomas has got it. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 27, Haskins. Got an open man. It's Harmon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Jordan Reed has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Here's Haskins, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
61, match, watch, white.
Kamara. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 39, Madden. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, box drop. Ready?
I'm going back to you.
There we go.
55, go.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And an alley to run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Now Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
60 yards. Recon, 132 fighters. Now.
Back to throw, Madden, and Thomas has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Any weapon?
On the ground, Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Back to throw.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. He's back to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. To throw is Manning. He finds Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Redskins, it's an ideal start as they move to